In today's video, we're going to be reacting to a fellow content creator talking about, is DoorDash still worth it in 2024? A lot of content creators make videos like that. I've done it. Most other ones have, because new people want to know, is it worth it? Your Driver Mike. We're going to react to our friend, our boy, Your Driver Mike, one of the bigger channels in this community. He's an educational channel. He's not going to entertain you. I'm going to get that out the way right now. There's no shade. It's a fact. There's no entertainment value. But he will inform you about all kinds of apps. But what does he have to say? Let's put our man up on the screen here. This is going to be the video we're going to show in just a second. Let's see. Let's do that. All right. And I saw this particular video pop up on my little feed or whatever, right? So that's him right there. I mean, he's got the crazy cool thumbnails, always with the blue sky. There's something. Listen, he knows how to work YouTube. Okay. This man knows what he's doing in YouTube. He's very successful with his channel. So let's go in here and take a look at this video. Let's click on it first.
Is driving for DoorDash.
Okay, so I just paused it. I want to make sure we got everything going. Okay, so there it is there. We'll do the full screen in a second. Is driving for DoorDash worth it? He's got the good, he's got the setup, he's got the great equipment, the thumbnails, the lights, the cameras, the action. Your Driver Mike, representing Pittsburgh, I believe. Let's see what he has to say about, is DoorDash worth it? And I'm going to give commentary, and I'll pause here and there as we go about the things that he's saying here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's do that. Is my face still there? There we go. Fair use, Your Driver Mike. All right, fair use. All right, so let's see what he's saying here.
Worth it as a Dasher in 2024, especially because now we have brand new features like DoorDash Tasks that just rolled out. We have Dasher Preferences that just expanded. And of course, we have Dasher Rewards, which is just on its first year. So in this video, let's find out, is it actually worth it? I always think there's two different strategies kind of when you're a Dasher. There's the volume strategy. So I accept more offers, higher volume, albeit maybe at a lower.
First thing I want to say is all the videos I see, Mike, sit down, bro. Why are you standing up? He's always standing up. All right, let's continue. Let's see what he's got to say. This man's always standing.
Margin, like how much am I getting paid per mile driven, that dollars to mile ratio. And then there's that margin strategy. So the inverse, I want lower volume, but higher margin. So I don't have to do a ton of orders per hour like volume, because I'm taking more volume. I do less orders, but I make more money because I'm cherry picking the highest margin orders. And my question is, in 2024, are you forced into the volume strategy, having to accept more, especially because think of this, on Dasher Rewards.
I want to say, we'll pause it here. That's a good point. There's different ways to work the apps, volume, cherry picking. Mike, I don't think there's many cherries as there used to be. I think you would probably agree with that. But you know, you're talking about these new features. Is it still worth it? He's given a really good breakdown so far, but the cherries aren't out there, Mike. They're not out there. They're not like they used to be. And I think most drivers are volume drivers at this point, in my opinion. You guys tell me what you think in the comments down below. Let's continue to watch this and see what else he's got to say.
To get access to the higher paying orders, you need a higher acceptance rate. Literally, you have to accept more. True. You have to take more volume. So in 2024, are you being pushed away from margin into volume? Because when I studied Dash Rewards, just trying to get silver, gold, and eventually platform, and I compared the numbers on silver versus gold, I got 48% high paying offers on silver status. But then I'm supposed to get even higher priority on gold status as the second tier to that priority. And I did, with 54.1% high paying offer frequency on gold. So that volume strategy where I have to accept more.
What about platinum?
Yeah, I'm going to have to accept more if I'm going for Dasher Rewards to boost that AR. But shouldn't it get better? Shouldn't I get a little bit better margin and maybe not have to take as many orders once I actually get to one of those tiers? And the answer is yes, you could.
Okay, so the answer is yes, but I'm sure this is the first time I'm seeing it. I'm sure he's going to say, but market dependent. You don't know. Who knows? You know, I think you bring up some great points, Mike. One thing I'm going to give you as a critique: the dollar per mile stuff. That's old lingo. That's not as relevant anymore. Because I think a lot of drivers, Mike, are sitting in their car waiting for that $2.50, $3, $2.25, whatever, right? And they're actually neglecting decent cash flow offers, and they're waiting for the criteria that you and I and other people at times have told them to set. And that's the old way of thinking. So I think the dollar to mile ratio sometimes is going to work in your favor. But if you're doing a $6 per a mile, that's $6 a mile. It's okay to do something that might not be $2 a mile, but the cash flow makes sense because you're going to average out. I hope that makes sense. But let's continue. Y'all didn't come here to hear me talk. Let's listen to Mike.
You can still get the margin strategy, getting higher offers, like I just showed you with the high paying offers. But the thing is, that's really tricky, especially now in 2024. If you're going for Dasher rewards, is that a volume strategy? It's kind of just always pulling at you a little bit, even if you're getting higher margin, because you can't just cherry pick the best, highest paying margins if you're going for Dasher rewards, because you have to maintain that 50% minimum AR or 70% AR acceptance rate on Gold and Platinum.
I got to say, Mike, that's a really good point here. So it's hard to you have to pick one strategy, and to get to the one strategy of getting priority with a good acceptance rate, you're going to have to be a volume driver. But if you become a volume driver, is it worth to get the cherries if the cherries aren't there? Are you robbing Peter to pay Paul? Are you sacrificing money? Are you let me put my face up. Are we sacrificing money and profitability in the beginning to hopefully maybe make more at the end once you get your AR up? That's the question. And I think that's going to be very different for a lot of people. Very, very different. All right, let's go ahead and put our friend Mike back up here and see what else he's got to say.
Platinum. But that's almost doubly true, because if you're going from silver to gold to the ultimate platinum, then there's the additional restriction of having the 100 deliveries in the last rolling 30 days. So you have to keep dashing. So it seems like if you're going for Dasher rewards, which is kind of the thing that DoorDash wants you to do and is the thing that's going to get you the high paying offers, because if you don't go for Dasher rewards, there's a platinum Dashers, then the gold, then the silver, and then you. Now, you can still be picky, but is it worth it? Because we might say,
dude, Mike, I'm not going for Dasher rewards. I'm not going to accept a minimum of 50% acceptance rate. Absolutely not. I can cherry pick. I can just hand pick the best offers. That's what you've always done. I can just hand.
This is funny. I like how he's got the different voice. He's acting like another dad. And this is what Dashers are saying. Telling him, telling me, telling you, you're saying it. Why would I have to do that? I'll just cherry pick. Brings up a really good point. So let's continue. Let's see where he's going with this.
And select the highest margin offers, and I'll worry about my AR.
And you're right. You can still be picky, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here. And
I do got to point out one thing, Mike. Your voice wasn't that much different. Sorry. That's funny. Go ahead. Continue.
Recent ride-along driving shift for DoorDash. So make sure to subscribe here. All I do is help you make money in different side hustles. But if you're going to cherry pick, I highly recommend that you also multi-app. Driving on different apps at the same time so you can select the best order.
All right, Mike, listen. Everybody knows that. But you have a lot of new drivers. You're more of an educational. I'm a little more entertainment relatable. So I understand you're speaking to your audience. I get that. But yeah, multi-apping for sure, because then you can cherry pick. But if you're, to his point, if you just have DoorDash, you can't. Not anymore. But if you got multiple apps, you absolutely can cherry pick.
Because I worry now, statistically, won't we be seeing less high paying offers because they're allocated, at least in part, to those Dasher rewards Dashers? But hold on. Don't leave this video just yet. And can you drop a like on this video if you're getting value? Because we forgot about the brand new features, right? The brand new Dasher tasks, and then the expansion of Dasher preferences, which lets me just toggle off offers that I don't want. So here's what Dasher tasks look like. It's brand new, and it's a one-off non-food delivery task assignment that pays a minimum of $5. But I'm thinking, number one, are you even going to get enough tasks for it to be worth it? Like, how many realistically are you going to get day in and day out? Minimum of $5. There is no delivery, right, from A to B to the customer. So it's just A. I just go to the store, whatever it is, and verify the
starting to get a little bored. Let me see these. What else has he got here? Okay. New dasher feature. That's a boring one. Advanced dasher preferences, filters. That's basically where you can, let me pop myself off here. Those are basically where you can say, I don't want to do shopping. I want to do shopping. We've talked about this. How to find dasher preferences. Okay, that's easy. Dasher order volume, dasher preferences, overall verdict. Okay, let's go to his overall verdict. I'm gonna skip those things. I don't think they're that important, actually. It puts you guys can go watch this video yourself. Go give him a like and subscribe. Let's see what he's saying here.
Cause now in 2024, they have 7 million dashers, but then they also have tons and tons of partners, more than ever.
7 million dashers. Mike, where are you getting that number from? That's a lot of dashers. All right, continue. That's a lot of dashers.
Before extending into new verticals like alcohol, retail, convenience, and grocery. Most dashers know this, if you've been doing this for at least a couple of months here, that yes, it's market dependent, so it's tough to give an umbrella statement, but on that.
Told y'all that was coming. This is I'm gonna put myself up real quick. As a content creator, as anybody, a driver, you don't have a channel, but you're saying, I make $40. You have to say market, it's market dependent. And that's the blanketed disclaimer that you have to put out there, because I in St. Louis can't tell you that DoorDash is trash and Uber is trash. Well, maybe that could be true in St. Louis, but I can't make that statement without saying in St. Louis, in my market, it's dependent. So I think I called it earlier. He was going to say that because that's just basic, right? We have to include that in there. Let's continue, Mike. There we go. High five. Let me give you a high five. Bing. There you go.
At larger macro, that the order volume should be higher than ever because of more partners across new verticals, but the peak pay, that per delivery bonus pay, certainly has gone down, at least anecdotally. Let me know if you agree with that, albeit a very changing landscape since 2020 consumer wise, but still peak pay has been going down. Because base pay has never changed in all these years. It's always been $2 to $10. That's the allocation that DoorDash gives dashers on these orders here. But you could argue, well, perhaps
base pay hasn't changed, Mike. Let me put my hand up like you. Base pay, the 2 to 10, you're 100% right. However, the standard base pay for most deliveries when I started was $3. That was a minimum. Now it's $2. So in that regard, the reality of base pay and what we're being paid for our time and how we're being valued has gone down. Now, as far as in the black and white terms and what DoorDash tells drivers, you're going to get between 2 and 10. Absolutely. They put that in there years ago because they knew they were going to go to 2 at some point. Even though it wasn't 2 years ago for me, it was 3. And then a year and a half ago, it went to like 250 or 225, right? Now it's 2, even on a stack. So the base pay has gone down. So I want to challenge you on that. Let's see, maybe you'll add that in here.
They're offering more towards that minimum, just $2-3 base pay versus $3 to, let's say, $5 base pay perhaps years ago. And then, is Dasher rewards worth it? It's a tough ask to ask you to boost your AR. I was at like 27% to just accept, because I can almost guarantee you, at least anecdotally, what I did on Dasher rewards, accepting, you're going to.
Mike likes that word anecdotally, and I can't even say it. Anecdotally, listen, I'm Puerto Rican. I can't say that word. Anyways, let's continue. Some words I just can't pronounce. He likes it though.
Have the $2, $3, $4 orders just to get the AR there. But then the promise, right, of the higher paying offers, which at least I measured as $2+ on the silver, to get that tag that says this is a high paying offer because of your silver or eventual gold status. But then I've also seen markets where it's not there until it's at least $3 a mile. My overall verdict with all these updates in 2024.
Drum roll, please. What do you think the verdict's going to be? Put it in the comment section. What do you think about your driver, Mike? Is he a good educator? Very well spoken. Very just vanilla in some ways, just giving you the information. I love his editing though. But what do you think he's going to say? He hasn't talked about platinum that much. He's on the whole gold and silver. He didn't really mention platinum that much. What do you guys think he's going to say? Yes or no? Let's see what your driver Mike's verdict is.
I think really at no other time there's been no concrete way to say, hey, this is what you should do on DoorDash. Because my advice to you, 4 years ago, whatever it's been, 5 years ago, has always been, well, just pick the one-off orders, pick the highest paying margin, and you can still do that. And again, I'm going to test that, so make sure to subscribe here to see that cherry picking strategy, how it is in 2024. So you can do cherry picking. You can try to maximize Dasher rewards. I can do, just silver. No, you want to do gold. Or no, the best orders are at platinum. You could multi-app and do Dasher rewards. You can multi-app and not care about your AR and just cherry pick. I'll tell you this, the basics don't change of positioning, when and where to drive, maximizing your dollars to mile ratio. But
all right, you're saying the same thing. Is it worth it? Give me your verdict. Tell me, Mike, tell me.
Just think about that. Don't just think, well, I have to do Dasher rewards. I have to accept everything. Or I'm just going to cherry pick. I'm not going to drive on anything else but DoorDash when there might be some other money, just multi-apping or other niches as well. I know DoorDash is like the most popular side hustle. I still call it the best side hustle right now because of the earnings options. But I just want to let you know, the best way to dash on DoorDash is to keep your options open and keep your earnings strategy open as well.
Okay, so let me I don't think you answered my question, bro. All right. Mike is good at what he does. Let me say that. He left a little cliffhanger. Watch my other videos. I'm going to do this. Mike, I need to give him his flowers when it comes to that. He's a really good YouTuber. But I'm not sure. I think if you're a new driver, you got some tidbits there and some different strategies and what you could do. And he shared some of his experience and he put some numbers in. So that's really good information. But I was still waiting for the verdict. I didn't feel like I really got it. He still leaves a kind of a carrot dangling in the same way that DoorDash does. He's very good with that, right? What do y'all think? How has DoorDash been for you? Is it worth it in 2024? How are the programs working for you? I'm no longer doing DoorDash, but I want to see what other creators are saying about it. What are their experiences? What are they telling their audience? And I might react every once in a while to a content creator. If you want to see that, let me know in the comment section. I started with Mike because he is an educational guy in this, one of the educational people in this area. And then I'll react to others that are a little more entertaining, a little more this, a little more that, a little more vlog style. He's going to stand up in his apartment and give you information. That's what your driver Mike's going to do. If you're watching me, you probably have heard of him. I'm sure of it. If you haven't, go check him out. I'll attribute him in the comment section or in the description box and go check his channel out. But me, I didn't learn anything because I've been doing this, but he's looking for those new drivers, right? Is it worth it in 2024? That answer is going to be very different for a lot of people, depending on why you do this, how long you do this, how long you've been doing it, how long you want to do it, part-time, full-time, what kind of automobile you have, what market are you in? Are you part-time, full-time? You working mornings, you working afternoons, you working midnight shift, you working just dinner? Are you dashing alone? There's so many. I just named 10 or 12 different factors, and there's probably another 10 or 12, right? So you guys have a great day. Tell me who you want me to react to next when it comes to gig tubers, if you even want to see that. I'll see you guys next time.